is SCDN VIP.
When you think of crime, especially violent crime, drug crime, domestic crime, immediately our mind goes to the darkness, behind closed doors, discreet. But is that necessarily the case? In fact, over the next few minutes, we're going to look at some very, very compelling evidence, information, and facts. This information came as a surprise during an interview with a convicted human trafficker for ongoing work on the economics of sex trafficking. As he was talking, he casually dropped in a bit about car washes. To be honest, it passed me during the initial replays of the interview because I was focused on other matters and trying to verify out claims and quotes. But several days later, it hit me like a freaking rock. What did he say about car washes? So I went over the recordings again, and there it was. He said it. So naturally, I had to see for myself. So here we go, right along with me in the car, and let's go have a see.
All right, we've chosen the most difficult circumstance. We're at a car wash where there are people actually helping do the car wash, and there's a police officer right there. So let's try this out. All right, so here we are. What kind of crazy person would think of committing a crime? We've got 3 attendants here. We've got somebody working. All right, now I'm getting direction. Okay, so here we are. We had 3 different attendants. This is the least likely place to ever want to commit a crime. There's people everywhere. How much private time do we have? Completely in public, but yet completely private. Imagine what we could be doing if we were of the criminal mind. We've now exited. Still nobody. But looky here. The policeman is still here. The best part of this one is it's less expensive. I could commit a crime cheaper and safer because there's less people The doors shut, so we're completely secluded, and I'd save $7. So put on your criminal mind and imagine if you could go inside that building with the doors closed and have a few minutes to yourself. What could you possibly do?
When security cameras are present at these car washes, once the wash begins, the camera is rendered useless. It is also likely that by the time it is realized that illegal activity has occurred at that car wash, the surveillance is likely gone because most businesses of that nature only keep the footage for a short period of time.
So you say, wait a minute, now you can't perform a sex act in the time that it takes for a car wash. Well, according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, with couples, those are people that are familiar with each other, the actual act of sex is 3 to 7 minutes. Business Insider reports that the median average is 5.4 minutes. WebMD also echoed those findings, but then put a stipulation on that if the male is extra aroused, whether it is through adrenaline from doing something illicit, or has watched pornography, or somehow extra stimulated, this act could be done in 90 seconds or less. Now, these numbers don't reflect what is called foreplay or sexualized play, which all agree range in times usually between 10 and 15 minutes. But when you are dealing with a situation where you have either a prostitute or a person you are trying to subdue, this time in a car wash is completely adequate to either perform a sex act or to sufficiently put someone into a submissive state.
Many of you will recognize this. This is without a doubt the busiest intersection in Sauter County. But I want you to look right here, especially at these 3 stalls. All right, so now we're in the Bay, the busiest intersection in Sauter County. What could I be doing right now? The business across the street can't even see me. We'll see what happens when some cars go by. Nobody looked. I got nothing. I purposely did this in town to have maximum exposure. You saw earlier, we did it right in front of a police officer and multiple witnesses and could still get away with it. Now look, how much time? I've been here almost 10 minutes. Now, if I can get away with this in the middle of town, surrounded by people and cars, and literally nobody freaking cares. Nobody's looking. Imagine if I was out in the county.
In our busy world, many people do not pay attention to their surroundings. We're usually paying attention to cell phones or children, making it a good place to conduct illegal business transactions in the wide open. Dealers tend to use this type of business because of its centralized location. It can be reached easily by foot traffic as well as a vehicle. It provides a means to look out for law enforcement and just enough cover to camouflage the illegal activities without many people even asking questions.
I hear sirens. Are they coming after me? Am I busted? Let's see. There goes the cops fighting crime. It has now been 30 minutes. I gotta pee so bad. Shouldn't have said that. 30 minutes. I've given people plenty of opportunity to find me completely suspicious and contact authorities. If I was a criminal, ask yourself, if I was a criminal, what kind of shit could I get away with right now? Been here 30 minutes. Bone dry in a car wash. One of the busiest intersections in Sauter County.
These car washes aren't just public safe havens for sexualized crimes. A person can do plenty of drugs during this time of privacy. They can break down and distribute drugs. They can beat their wife. They can even apply all of the additives needed for shake and bake meth and then leave the car wash, shake the bottle, burp it, shake the bottle, burp it, stop at another car wash, dispose of the ingredients, shake and burp all the way back home. By the time they get home, they've got a product ready to either use or sell.
Another unique thing to mention is that many shut down gas stations are turned into car washes in some cities, and most people are unaware that gas stations usually have bulletproof glass installed, providing a security measure that most private homes do not have, which is definitely a desired thing for a drug deal.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of SCDN Investigates. Please share this information with some folks to help raise awareness of this crime in broad daylight. The criminals know it. Well, the citizens need to know as well. We're doing our part. Report without bias and tell the truth without compromise. Until next time, my friends.